Happy people, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, whoever is watching and wherever they're watching, the time zone that they're watching it in. Um, I thought it would be, I just got a quickening just to get on and just do the part three to how to build or restore broken character. And, you know, um, I thought about like doing a recap of what I talked about in part two, but then I said, well, if I do the recap, they can just really just go back and just review part two. And so I wanted to like integrate in how character can be broken and how most leaders or individuals or whoever how they go into broken character and how it can be a subtle effect when these things are not addressed or when these things are not the core of your values or the core of your purpose or your principles. These things will ultimately lead a person into broken character, and then they find themselves restoring them, trying to find out how to restore them in a way that brings trust factors back to the people that has put their faith in what they're saying. And so I wanted to talk today, with in terms of how to restore broken character, making it very, very indicative to understand that we should never lose sight of our values. Okay, we should never lose sight of our principles, that has got us into the forefront of leadership, or that has gotten us into the forefront of people following us. Because when we lose those things, that's when people find it as a written tool to slay that person from being uh, genuine, as opposed to being honest about who they say they were and who they say you know um they is, or what they do, or whatever. So I want you to write this down real quickly. The power of values. Number one, values are better than rules. They are. Number two, values are most important than rules. Values are more important than rules. You can have a number of rules and don't put any weight in those rules because you don't value them. So values are important than rules. Values are not just out to goals. Values are a set of standards that you walk and live by. Value sends a message. It sends a clear message about who you are. So I can't say let's talk truth and be a liar. Okay, I am clear about, and people are clear when it comes down to having conversations with me. The truth must be in the room in order to have a conversation, because if truth is not in the room, then we're not talking truth. So my values in let's talk truth is based upon truth. I seen uh who I admire a lot, Ilana. She made a post about truth and what is real truth and something to that effect. And I don't want to quote it, exactly the way she said it, because I don't want to get in trouble by just misquoting her. But she was talking about truth and how everybody seems to have the truth, whether it's the truth about you, whether it's the truth about them, or whether it's truth about the situation. Everybody seems to have the truth. But truth always brings light into a dark place. And truth does not need to be defended. Truth will expose itself in the midst of a lie. And so it's not your job to out what truth is. It's your job just to let truth be present in the room. What do I mean by that, Jay? Well, what I mean is that you know how some people they'll say, "Oh, he ain't telling the truth. Look, I heard this and I heard that," and you get into a gossiping situation or gossiping with some itchy ears or whatever. No, when truth is ready to be revealed, it will reveal itself. You ain't got to do anything to help it be revealed. I watch these commentators and I watch these content creators, and everything is about exposing one person or another, or I got the real juice on this person, or I got the real scoop on that person. And I'm thinking to myself, be careful on who you're trying to expose the truth on, because the truth can be exposed on you. And a lot of times that sword cuts both ways. And so you have to have a humble approach into how you deal with people, because just while you're trying to cut that person with the knife and expose them, somebody can expose you in what you're not telling about yourself. So when you have your values that sends a message that's clear, then you don't have to worry about the truth, because you're clear about who you are. You're not saying you're this person and then you're doing this thing, you know. And what I've learned about people that like to expose themselves, or other people that like to expose people or whatever, what I've learned is that when you just tell the truth about who you are, you don't have to worry about people exposing you, whether it's good or bad. Yep. I have an addiction with smoking crack. Well, when you tell the truth on that, what can people expose about that? You know, I deal in I have an addiction with pornography. Well, when you tell the truth about that, you know, what does people have to expose? And I think sometimes, what happens is that the enemy, and I'm not talking about just the devil, but the enemy is so embarrassed about the sin, or the action of something, that they try to cover it up, because they don't want people to know that they're dealing. There's 1,051 million people that's dealing with cocaine or porn addiction. 1,051 people that's dealing with it. So you exposing yourself about the situation, or talking about the situation, it ain't like it's newfound news, because a lot of people deal with it. So, I think that the Bible says, I have freed you from the law of guilt and shame. So I'm not saying be arrogant about it, but don't be ashamed about what it is that you're going through, because you're going to find somebody else that's going through it twice as much or more than what you're going through. And maybe by you coming to the forefront and telling, you know, um, what you're struggling with, may free somebody else. Hmm? And I'm talking to a lot of leaders in this situation. We talk about the Eddie Longs and the John Deeres and all these people that had got caught or exposed, or whatever you want to say. And we're ready to nail them to the cross. And some of those people that wanted to nail them to the cross were some of those people that were dealing with the same issues. The problem is we don't have a humbleness when it comes down to, or a grace, excuse me, not humbleness, a grace when it comes down to our fellow brothers and sisters. We don't have the grace. We don't have the grace, same grace that you want to be extended to you when you're exposed. Oh wow. Yeah, I can stay on this for a minute. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving. Values must be identified. In other words, your values should be in the core of who you are, and they should be. It's not something that you're going around saying, "Hey, I do this, I do that." No, 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 no. When people see you, they see truth talking. Or when people see you, they see whatever it is your message is. They see it. I love Nelson Mandela, because his values spoke even when he was in the room, or showed up into the room. He didn't have to go and expose or try to tell people who he was. He just showed up, and character showed up with them, and it spoke without him speaking. Mhm. Okay, values must be accepted. In other words, you first and foremost have to accept your own values. You can't expect other people to accept them if you don't accept them. Okay. Values must be believed. You must believe in your values first and foremost before you try to get somebody else to try to believe in them. I don't understand how sometimes we want people that don't know nothing about us to endorse us. Well, guess what? You don't need nobody to endorse you when you hold true to a standard of your own values and believe them. Okay, values shape and organize nations. They do, and you can look at our world state today and see what kind of values that they have. All right, values are personal and never private. They're personal, but they're never private. You're open and honest about them. They're personal. It's a personal conviction to you, but it's never private. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about this is how people go into broken character. Values becomes a culture. It becomes a way of living. It becomes a way of a standard that you move by. Okay, values must be shared. In other words, listen, if there's something that you believe that is going to benefit the world or society, share it. You know, I just believe that there's so much lying in the world and so much deceitfulness in the world. We don't talk about truth, and so I want my assignment is not to just expose people. I don't want to expose people. I want truth to be revealed in a safe and positive manner. And the Bible says, and I live by this scripture when it comes down to people that I coach, people that I counsel or whatever you would have. You know, he that's without sin, let them cast the first stone. In other words, if it's me and an individual, or me or a pastor, or me or a leader sitting in a room and we're having a conversation, I'm not coming to cast no stones about you, brother or sister. I am coming because I too have sinned. I too have fallen, short of the glory of the Lord. And so we can have a conversation of healing instead of a conversation, oh, you did what? If that was me, no, 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 no. I get it. I get it. How do we now move from what you've done to moving into a place of you forgiving yourself and getting to a place of healing? I'm not sitting up there saying you bad and you shouldn't do this and you need to do that. No, 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 no. I'm sympathetic and empathetic to what he's going through or to what she's going through because I too have sinned. Okay. Okay. And when I keep that in the forefront of my mind, I don't get into a judgmental place when it comes down to dealing with the individuals that I coach or the families that I coach. Okay. Values attract like values. In other words, you talk, and I've been talking about truth. I attract people that like to talk about truth. I attract people that like to be honest. And I got a group of people that are on my team, or that are, my, prayer partners or friends or relatives. Walk in the they walk in truth, and they ain't gonna expose. They not no, don't come with me, no lying. I'll shut you down real quickly. And I love them. Yes, do we get into some heated fellowship now every now and then? Yeah, I got two people that are very headstrong people in my group, and sometimes I have to take a break because I'm like, look, I'm not doing this today, and but I love them. I love them because they don't break their values and they don't expect me to break mine. And they believe what they believe, and I believe what I believe, and we gonna come back together and say, "I love you. Let's keep it moving." And I love that about them. I love it about them. Values become the social norm. And last but not least, values can create or destroy. It's a double-edged sword. The right values, can create beautiful possibilities. But when you have the wrong values, they will destroy you at your own cost. Okay? You need to know this. And so, when we talk into terms of leaderships, this is something that leaderships must have, to keep themselves from falling into a place of broken character. the values of leadership, and I've said that the values of leadership, they value to be faithful to who they say they are. They value self control. They value steadiness, even tone, even killed. They value integrity to those they serve. Okay. They value their values of responsibilities are clear in their communications with those that they serve. They value personal integrity. They value maturity and they value humility. Those are the true qualities of a leader. Okay. The true qualities of a leader. And I hope that this blessed you guys. This is really kind of like summing, you know, how to get restored and get back from a place of broken character. And I hope that this blessed you guys. And I hope that this really helps those that are in that place. And if you find that it's a challenge for you to find somebody you can trust, I'm safe. I'm a safe place where you can trust. You can go to my website. You know, you can go to my website. It is right there. Um, Hold on. Let me see if I can get to it really quickly. You can go to my website and we can have a conversation of healing. It is not to, you know, there it is right there. Oh, no, that's the t shirt. Hold on. It is not to judge you. It is not to bring you to a place of embarrassment, but it's simply there to just help you get beyond or get around the hump. And sometimes I have lifelong people that I'm coaching that that I've committed myself to, because you know um, sometimes it just doesn't just happen in a couple of sessions or in a weekend session. Sometimes people need just ongoing and continuous counseling and coaching, and I'm there. I'm there. I don't want to drop the ball on people that have dynamic gifts to serve, the people of God or the public or whatever. No, no. And we find intricate ways in their own conversations on how to help them get back to a place of restoration. So you can go to my website, you can click the casting button, you can tell us your story. One of our producers or one of our associates will get back to you. We'll fly out to where you're at, or we'll actually or fly you into where we're at, and we'll just have a conversation of healing. No embarrassment, no judgment, no casting of stones and stuff like that. Just a conversation of healing in a safe place, a safe environment where, oh, well, I heard that they were doing that, and then you see yourself out in the blogs. We ain't playing that. We don't do that. We're here for healing. Okay. And so go to my website, www.imjlstone, click the casting button, tell us your story. We'll get back with you, and see what we can do to kind of help. Okay. You know, um, then if you just say, well, you know what, it's something that that I feel like, is personal, and I'm too scared right now to share it in front of, a person, because I don't know if they're gonna, what they're gonna do with that information. I have two books. One is a workbook, and that workbook is designed to help you identify some areas of why you keep getting into these situations, why you keep getting stuck. The other one is a book for women. It's a self-help book. So if you find yourself in a compromising situation with your wife or, your spouse, these are tools that you can use to kind of help get yourself back into rightful standing, and how your wife can support you in building who you up, or where you've been torn down to build you back up. They're wonderful, wonderful tools, very inexpensive. I use it a lot with my coaching, with every individual that I come in contact with that I coach, or family members or whoever. And it's just a good tool that the Lord has really blessed me to, put together. And I think it would bless. Matter of fact, I don't think, I know it would bless you. Most people, me and my wife are included, never get through the whole book. I've gotten several people and they never get through the whole book because they have a aha moment, when they are, answering some of the questions in that the workbook. So I challenge you to reach out and you can get those. We get them to you. We have a quick turnaround time in getting those to you. Those are also very inexpensive. So or you can go to Amazon and you can get them on Amazon. Either way, my website or Amazon. Okay, and then if you would just like to be reminded about who you are, you've seen this earlier. You know, um, you can get a Fogwear shirt, favor of God for you men. And then I have the fearfully and wonderfully made for women, and you can get them in all sorts of colors. And you see me, I have one on every time I do, our lives and stuff like that. And I wear them on a daily basis. And let me tell you, so I've had this shirt for almost maybe like 5 or 6 months, and I wash them. They don't never fade. They come out. They're very durable. They don't stretch and all that stuff. And they're just very good quality, but very inexpensive. But very, very good quality, and you can get them for one for yourself, or some for friends. Maybe for a church group or something like that, or a family reunion, and just remind each other of who you are. I have the favor of God pursuing me. And guess what? You are fearfully, wonderfully made. And I just tell me the color that you want. And we'll get those made and sent out there to you. Quick turnaround time, okay? Listen, I am JL Stone. I am. And we're going to do it on purpose. We're going to do it in purpose, and we're going to do it with all power. Until next time, you have a blessed day, and make sure that you continue to pursue truth and seek truth. Okay? Have a great day.